Exclusive contract novel from Feilu Novel Network. Let you be a devil and sell all the Japanese and puppet novels. Travel back to the demon city of the island era, awaken and destroy the king system. Every time you sabotage a Japanese puppet operation, you will receive generous rewards. Just as he was preparing to embark on the path of sabotaging the Japanese puppet movement with lofty aspirations, I suddenly realized that I had become a little devil stationed at number 76. How do you play now? I am Dragon Country Heart. I'll change my own destiny. Whip the Japanese puppet army. The front line is out of ammunition. I'll send it. The border area is short of medicine. I'll send it. Underground organization exposed. Warning. Enemy set traps. Warning. The organization has traitors. Eliminate traitors. There's an insider inside. Eliminate traitors. Hinder the Japanese puppet regime. I am the strongest. Support the construction of border areas. I am the strongest. The devils have been hit. I encourage. The traitors have abandoned their responsibilities. I encourage. The devil breeds laziness. I urge. Special agents are slacking off. I urge. Carrying the Japanese puppet regime and constantly giving away people's heads, I have become a hot potato for the Japanese army. The more I destroy the Japanese puppet action plan, the stronger my ability. The more the Japanese fail, the higher my military rank will be. Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Chapter 1. Activate System. Selling Japanese will make you stronger. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Ba ga, kill the chicken and give it to me. Wow, mother washes the interior. Sai tai. Bakamite. Qin Xiaolong gradually regained consciousness and shook his head. As soon as the birds' chirping stopped in my ear, a mechanical electronic sound came to my mind. Ding! The host has entered a parallel world. Time. September 13, 1939, according to the Dragon Calendar. Location. Number 218 Yuan Road, opposite Bailman Dance Hall, Shanghai West, Magic City, Dragon Kingdom. Ding! Congratulations to the host for successfully binding the Destroyer King system. For every violation of the Japanese puppet action plan, the host will receive a corresponding random reward. Qin Xiaolong fully understood that he had truly traveled through time this time. And it is also a time and space of the anti-Japanese war in a parallel universe. Are you tripping up the little devil? It's a bit interesting. It seems that I will be dancing on the tip of the knife in this life. Just as Qin Xiaolong was preparing to embark on the path of sabotaging the Japanese puppet movement with great ambition, a mechanical electronic sound suddenly echoed in his mind. Ding! Alarm! Alarm! Danger is approaching. Host, please seek good luck and avoid danger as soon as possible. Ding! Blessings and misfortunes lie before us, blessings and misfortunes rely on us. Congratulations on the opportunity for our host to become stronger. With the sound of the alarm, a group of little devils suddenly appeared in front of Qin Xiaolong's eyes and ran straight towards him, cursing. Qin Xiaolong was confused. He was going to die before he could succeed in his apprenticeship. A hero does not suffer immediate losses, a man can bend and stretch, and a gentleman seeks revenge for 10 years without delay. 36 strategies are the best strategy. Seek good fortune and avoid misfortune first. Qin Xiaolong had just turned around and took a step when he was grabbed by a Japanese soldier's shoulder. Moreover, this Japanese soldier not only did not interrogate Qin Xiaolong, but also checked his head for him. Qin, are you okay? Did the explosion just happen to hurt you? Qin Xiaolong discovered that he could actually understand bird language. Perhaps it is due to the destruction of the royal system. However, why did the little devils suddenly care about themselves? Is it difficult for me to travel through time and become a translator? But I don't even know how to sing birds. Qin Xiaolong had to grit his head and speak his mother tongue. I'm feeling dizzy and can't remember anything. Who are you? Upon hearing these words, Ito Sakashi was panicked and kept shaking Qin Xiaolong's shoulder. I am Ito Zakeng. Lord Qin, you won't have amnesia, will you? At this moment, other Japanese soldiers also rushed forward. The cowards of Sanchong County. What a mess. Like a woman. Ito Jun, why do you still care about him? I don't want you to say that to my friend. Katsura Ito suddenly turned his head and bit his back teeth word by word. Bastards. You're not allowed to say that about Lord Qin. He's not a coward. He got his head injured in the explosion. Watching Ito Kuching desperately defend Qin Xiaolong, several Japanese soldiers brazenly mocked him. Let's go. Don't pay attention to the two of them. Rush in. At this moment, Qin Xiaolong, standing behind Ito Sakashi, looked at the Japanese soldiers rushing into the bailman and felt 10,000 grass and mud leeches running through his heart. He had already found that his attire was no different from that of these beasts, except for a slight difference in military rank. Red background with scattered bars, isn't this a rookie egg? Surprisingly lower than a private. Surprisingly, he directly identified himself as a Japanese devil. This opening was unique and the difficulty was not average. However, the system is not wrong. Here's our chance. Qin Xiaolong changed his face and pretended to have amnesia, saying. Ito Jun, how could we be here? Qin, it seems that you have really lost your memory, but your Chinese is much better. It's like this, on the 76th, we just received intelligence that the military statistics assassination team has arrived in Shanghai from Hong Kong Island, deliberately undermining cooperation and attempting to assassinate Wang Jisun. Ito Zakeng mistakenly believed that Qin Xiaolong had lost his memory at this moment, and directly exposed the whole story of the Japanese military police's encirclement and suppression of the military statistics assassination brigade. Ito Jun, how is the progress now? Qin Xiaolong is eager to know the current situation and figure out how to cut corners. Ito Sakashi pointed to the opposite bi-lemon and exclaimed with joy. The members of the Military Statistics Bureau have already fallen into the trap, and the bailman has been surrounded by Captain Sexy and his men. There are still people from number 76 on each street guarding the perimeter, said Ito Sakashi as he grabbed Qin Xiaolong and waved his arm again. Qin Xiaolong secretly thought to himself, this is a dead end. How do you handle this yourself? It seems that I have personally gone in. Ito Jun, I'm fine now. Let's go in too. Ito Sakashi followed Qin Xiaolong and rushed into the bail gate. Upon entering the door, I saw Qin Xiaolong standing still, and Ito Zakeng guessed something. The first floor is the storefront and kitchen, the second floor is the banquet hall and dance floor, and the third floor is the guest rooms. Qin Xiaolong, who was frozen in place, was not only unfamiliar with the terrain, but also speculated in his heart where the members of the assassination group would hide. Qin Xiaolong gave a bitter smile, and now that things have come to an end, he can only rely on luck. Ito Jun, you go to the second floor, I go to the first floor. Qin Xiaolong opened Ito Zhacheng's branch and rushed directly to the kitchen door. As soon as he entered the kitchen, Qin Xiaolong knew he had made the right bet. The atmosphere is not right. Full of hostility. Ding. Warning. Warning. The host is getting closer and closer to danger. Please return immediately. Qin Xiaolong scanned every cook present and found that they were all dressed in white professional attire. In order to identify the members of the military intelligence assassination team, Qin Xiaolong shifted the aisle a few steps left and right. He really saw the problem and immediately saw which chefs were disguised by members of the assassination group. Firstly, these people have mud on their leather shoes. If this were not a problem elsewhere, it shouldn't have happened in places like the kitchen. Secondly, the legs and feet of several people's pants are all wet. But due to cooking, the temperature in the entire kitchen is extremely high, making it impossible for it to get wet at all. Again, several people had calluses on their finger joints. This situation can only occur in the palm of the person using the gun, except for extremely special assignments. Finally, there are the expressions and gazes of several people. The expression was too artificial, pretending to be calm. Apart from the real cook, only a few of them held kitchen utensils in their hands, fearing that others might not know their identities. In the eyes of Qin Zhaolong, this is simply adding insult to injury. On the contrary, it exacerbated their suspicion and exposed more flaws. The gaze goes without saying, subconsciously carrying vigilance, scrutiny, and hostility, like a leopard poised for action. This is also inevitable. I often carry out the task of eliminating traitors and bandits, and have subconsciously developed professional habits. Qin Zhaolong doesn't know if there will be any more devils coming later. I don't know if the problems I see will also attract the attention of other devils. No way. I can't let these people run around, I'll stay here for the time being. At least someone should come over, so that I can help these people get around and break free. Have you seen a stranger come in? Qin Zhaolong pretended to walk through the scene. No. No. Conscientious chefs shook their heads and waved their hands repeatedly to deny it. Unfortunately, the members of those assassination groups watched coldly, remained silent, and did not follow suit. Is this looking for exposure? Qin Zhaolong is really anxious about them. At this moment, a rapid sound of footsteps suddenly came from behind. Qin Zhaolong's eyelids couldn't help but twitch a few times. Several members of the assassination squad also showed a stern expression, slowly touching Browning's waist with their hands. Chapter 2. The Most Powerful Relationship Account. Call out to 2 Fei Yuan Xian Air. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. With a creak, the door to the kitchen was pushed open. Qin Zhaolong caught a glimpse of several members of the assassination squad who had already pulled Browning out of his waist. Qin, have you found anything? Ito Zhacheng stabbed in and directly asked Qin Zhaolong. I haven't even seen a hair. My stomach is hungry, and I'm just going to ask them to make me some food. Qin Zhaolong deliberately finished speaking loudly and then glanced at a few members of the assassination squad. Take a soft breath and finally put Browning away. Do you want to stay and eat together? Qin Zhaolong longed to drive Ito Zhacheng out. Ito Zhacheng smiled and punched Qin Zhaolong in the heart. To his fellow townsmen, he instructed, hurry up and have some. I just heard that Captain Sei will be arriving soon. After speaking, he patted Qin Zhaolong's shoulder and turned around and walked out of the kitchen. Sigh. Qin Zhaolong let out a light sigh, his heart tense to the point of his throat. The crisis is temporarily resolved. What are you still doing in a daze? Let's move everyone, don't be idle. Qin Zhaolong gave a cold shout. The chefs were momentarily taken aback, then exchanged a glance at each other and tacitly handed over simple tasks such as washing and picking vegetables to members of the assassination group. Watching the entire kitchen return to busyness, Qin Zhaolong began his own performance. Be honest with me, if you see any suspicious strangers, you must report to our Imperial Army. If anyone fails to report their intelligence, they will all be shot. I'm not afraid to tell you, our military police have already surrounded this place. Moreover, every street on the outskirts is also guarded by people from number 76. If you want to run out of the palm of our Imperial Japanese Army, dream it. After conveying the current predicament, Qin Zhaolong sat down against the door. Close your eyes. No more words. Don't look at those members of the assassination group whispering. With a creak, the kitchen door was suddenly pushed open by someone. Qin Shijun. Hurry up. Captain Sexy is looking for you everywhere. Why is this kid again? Qin Xiaolong didn't need to open his eyes, he knew it was Ito Zaking. Just as Ku stood up, the kitchen door was forcefully pushed open, and suddenly a group of devils rushed in. Qin Xiaolong swept the shoulder badge of the chubby Japanese leader. 3 bars scattered, Japanese lieutenant. I instantly remembered the astringency mentioned by Ito Zaking in my heart. Where is the bright moon of Qin's family? After Shibuya finished shouting, her anxious expression immediately changed to a pleasing smile. I heard you were injured in the head by the explosion and have temporarily lost memory. Qin Xiaolong's heart was filled with a murmur, something's wrong with this inexperienced captain. He behaved so poorly this afternoon that he didn't mention a word. On the contrary, actively caring about one's own safety and health condition. If something goes wrong, there must be a demon. Qin's bright moon is the name of this predecessor. Qin Xiaolong doesn't know yet that their family has 2 names. One is a Chinese name, and the other is a Japanese name. The Chinese name of this predecessor is Qin Xiaolong. Watching Qin Xiaolong staring blankly at him, feeling very unfamiliar, sedently relieved, he said. Don't worry, go back and take good care of yourself. Don't show off next time. Otherwise, if something unexpected happens, I won't be able to explain it to General Tu Feiyuan. Is the soil plump and round? Will there still be the words Xian air behind it? Qin Xiaolong exclaimed in his heart. Lie down. I don't have any connection with Tu Feiyuan Xian air, do I? Subconsciously, he asked, are you talking about Tokugawa Kenji? Ah. Sei was so scared that she almost knelt down when she heard Qin Xiaolong calling General Tu Feiyuan by name. What exactly is the origin of this person? Surprisingly, even General Tu Feiyuan's name can be called out directly. No wonder Director Ingzwa and Colonel Sanyu personally advised to ensure the personal safety of this person. But they didn't explain to themselves the specific background of Qin Mingyue. Even General Tu Feiyuan only brought it out when the shadow-left chief reminded him of his bald mouth. It is said that the task was personally assigned by General Tu Feiyuan. Make sure he takes good care of himself to ensure safety. If there is an accident, let Ingzwa apologize on his own. Can you say this? The background is probably already clear, so it won't have any connection with the one in the palace, right? In addition, being able to speak Dragon Country Chinese so fluently is even more shocking to Sei. In Japan, even high-ranking officials and dignitaries may not be able to achieve it, and it is even more difficult to find a few people like Qin Xiaolong who can confuse falsehood with truth. At this moment, Sei realized that the Qin Mingyue in front of him was simply a hot potato, and he had greatly underestimated his energy and background before. Sei secretly cursed in her heart that Ingzwa Jinzhao and Sans Ho Sanlang were nothing, and found herself such a big-time bomb. I feel extremely aggrieved in my heart. You said you are so big, but you have come to be a soldier and still make it difficult for people to live. Watching his face turn green and white, Qin Xiaolong knew he was scared by himself. Relying on his mysterious background, he directly hugged Sebastian's shoulder and said with a sly smile. Sei Jun, if there are any unspoken secrets that are inconvenient to express, just lie on my ear and let me know in a low voice. What is the relationship between me and Tokugawa Kenji? Qin Xiaolong dared to shout directly, but he was hesitant to answer. I saw Sei twisting and twisting like a matchmaker. After hesitating for a while, indecisive. Take a look at Qin Xiaolong and then scan a group of shocked Japanese soldiers behind him. Finally, he stiffened his scalp and crouched on Qin Xiaolong's ear like a thief, speaking awkwardly in a voice that only 2 people could hear. Qin, I really don't know. You didn't lie to me. Qin Xiaolong was dissatisfied and pushed away Shi. How dare I? Even if I were killed, I wouldn't dare to deceive Qin like you. Sei waved his hand repeatedly and respectfully assured Qin Xiaolong. The chefs present, members of the military statistics assassination team, and the newly arrived Japanese soldiers were all stunned. One by one, they looked at Qin Xiaolong and Sei in shock. The cook and members of the military statistics assassination team did not expect that the Japanese soldier who appeared to be in his early 20s would have a great deal of influence. Regretting not killing someone when he was alone just now. Otherwise, what a great credit. It is estimated that tying 10 Wang Jisun together is not worth him alone. The Japanese soldiers present were in a state of uproar, with deep remorse in their hearts. Pray one by one in their hearts, Qin Mingyue, don't argue like yourself. Adults don't remember petty people. Qin Xiaolong happened to see these devils, their faces wrinkled like sand, no longer weak, and their hearts immediately became much more relaxed. All right. Since you don't know, don't bother me here. I want to eat quietly now. Upon hearing these words, Sei immediately stood at attention and bowed respectfully to Qin Xiaolong, as if granted amnesty. Turning around but revealing all his fangs, he roared away. Get out of here. A bunch of losers. Don't disturb Qin's dining here. Sei turned her head again and put on a flattering smile on her face. Qin, please enjoy it slowly. I'll take someone outside the door to wait for you. Wait. Qin Xiaolong called out to Shitzi, who was about to escape. Sei, I found that you have outstanding abilities. Being a captain has wronged you. When I have time to see General Tu Feiyuan, I will definitely speak up for you and tell him that you have taken good care of me. Upon hearing these words, Sebastian ignored the pairs of shocked and contemptuous eyes behind him. Kneeling directly to the ground, bowing to Qin Xiaolong. Qin, I will do my best to serve you, and I beg Qin to say a few beautiful words for you. All right. Qin Xiaolong waved his hand directly to interrupt his tearful expression. Go outside and guard. After I finish my meal, take me to the army hospital for a check-up. Qin Xiaolong's words brought great joy to the members of the assassination group hiding behind the cook. The lockdown is about to be lifted. Survival appears. Finally, we can go out. But won't this damn guy be killed? This is a big fish. The members of the assassination group quickly exchanged glances, all seeing the same thoughts in the other person's eyes. Chapter 3. Turning the Tide. First System Reward. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The only thing left in the kitchen now is Qin Xiaolong himself, a fake devil. After intense ideological struggles, several members of the assassination team ultimately chose to give up assassinating Qin Xiaolong. If Qin Xiaolong is assassinated at the moment, not only will their positions be exposed, but they will also be blocked inside by the Japanese military police unit outside the door. In the end, we cannot escape the fate of the team's demise. Although the assassination operation was cancelled, several members of the assassination team deeply engraved Qin Xiaolong's appearance in their hearts. Tomorrow I will come and take the head of Qin Xiaolong's neck. Qin Xiaolong had long recognized this, which was also why he asked Sexy to guard outside with people. Actually, it was all calculated by Qin Xiaolong, which helped him achieve 2 birds with 1 stone. Between mutual checks and balances, we have also achieved self-protection. As long as Seiki is still outside the door, members of the assassination squad in the kitchen dare not act recklessly unless everything is burned. Qin Xiaolong was not unaware of the worst-case scenario. But he bet that most people in the Military Statistics Bureau are greedy for life and afraid of death, and there is no Red Party member with integrity. Without noble beliefs, one will definitely make 2 completely opposite choices in critical moments. When Qin Xiaolong realized that there was no back door in the entire kitchen, the prototype of this plan had already appeared in his heart. In order to help the military statistics assassination team escape as soon as possible, Qin Xiaolong ate quickly. I won't eat your food for free today. I'll give you a piece of advice. I have nothing to do lately. Hurry up and go home, don't wander aimlessly on the street. We have all intercepted intelligence. A group of military intelligence officers infiltrated Shanghai from Hong Kong Island, deliberately undermining cooperation and attempting to assassinate Wang Jisun. To be honest, it's almost dark now. Why don't you guys finish work yet? Hurry up and go back where you came from, don't cause trouble in my territory. The cook and members of the assassination squad present, upon hearing Qin Xiaolong's words, stared wide-eyed. This little devil has become so refined. Not only is the standard for speaking Chinese, but the tone is also highly regional. Taking off his yellow skin, some people believe that he is a Chinese. The warning has already been issued. Qin Xiaolong opened the door of the kitchen and walked out. The cook and members of the assassination squad relaxed in an instant, and their hearts finally fell to the ground. Don't even move. The person in charge of the assassination mission reached out and pressed down, signaling that everyone should not make a sound. Then he walked up to the Western-style entrance of the kitchen and pressed his ear against it. Originally, I wanted to inquire. Has Qin Xiaolong and the Japanese military police detachment outside the door left? I didn't expect Qin Xiaolong to give these people inside a big surprise. Make a big fuss outside the door. Sebastian, my head is hurting so much now. Hurry up and take me to the army hospital. Captain Sakichi, someone from number 76 is asking if they need to come over. Ito Sakashi interjected on the side. No one caught me. What are you doing here? Tell them all to roll back to number 76. Sakiya couldn't help but gasp. He has no intention of attracting people now. He is all focused on how to curry favor with Qin Xiaolong, so that he can quickly get promoted in the military. Turning his head, he nodded and bowed to Qin Xiaolong. Qin, I'll take someone to escort you to the army hospital. Thank you so much, Sebastian. Qin Xiaolong turned around and glanced at the door of the kitchen. Walk straight towards the outside of the Ballet Gate dance hall. Someone, bring the car over, wait for Qin Shi to get on the car, and everyone will run and escort, said Sebastian's clever and energetic expression. Immediately Qin Xiaolong looked at the car coming over, and it was obvious that it was forcibly requisitioned from someone else's number 76. It's not a Ford car used by spies for travel, but a Buick sedan. It should be the vehicle of a certain director or team leader. Qin Xiaolong had just gotten into the carriage with his front foot, but with his back foot, he scooped the driver out of the car and sat in the driver's seat. Shamelessly turning his head, he respectfully flattered and pleased Qin Xiaolong. Qin, please sit still and Sei will personally lead the way for you. If there is someone driving for you, you can rest assured with 10,000 hearts. Qin Xiaolong did not respond, just looked out the window through the car window. At this moment, apart from the dozens of Japanese soldiers around the car, Qin Xiaolong could also see the members of the assassination group from a distance. At this moment, the door of the Bailu gate happened to slip out. Just as they noticed Qin Xiaolong staring at them, they instinctively froze for a moment. Feeling somewhat bewildered, Qin Xiaolong smiled and pulled up the car window. Ding! The host successfully destroyed the Japanese puppet action plan, completed system tasks, and received random rewards. Ding! Congratulations to the host for obtaining the master key, produced by the system. Ding! Winning a prize triggers the system backpack mechanism. Ding! Congratulations to the host for generating the perfect system backpack. Qin Xiaolong sat in the back of the carriage, sleeping with his eyes closed. Motivate and exhale the system backpack. After clicking, the empty backpack was filled with vertical and horizontal squares, like a Go board. Only in the first grid of the first row, there is a shining golden key. On the thumbnail, it shines brightly and beautifully. At this moment, Seiki suddenly slammed on the brakes. Qin Xiaolong quickly logged out of the system and opened his eyes. Discovered the car being stopped by someone. Just listened to Sei poke her head out and cursed directly. Bastard, didn't you see who was sitting in my car? Guys without long eyes, a bunch of idiots. Qin Xiaolong suddenly thought that several members of the assassination squad had already come out of the bail gate, and thought to himself not to be blocked by the group of dog spies on the 76th. Intentionally speaking, the yin-yang monster said, "Sebastian, didn't you ask someone to tell them to roll back to number 76? Why are you still staying here one by one? Aren't your words effective?" Sei didn't know that this was Qin Xiaolong's provocation, and her heart thumped. I thought to myself, these bastards on the 76th are really not a worry, they're just putting eye drops on themselves. I tried my best to leave a good impression on Qin Mingyue, but you made me feel embarrassed. Seiki, who was eager to attack his heart, directly pulled out the Southern Type 14 from his waist and fired 2 shots in a row. Bang bang. A bunch of losers. Get back to number 76. If you don't leave, I'll kill you all. With 2 gunshots and a roar, the 76th agents dispersed in unison. In no time, the road card was empty, leaving only a few wooden frames blocking the way. Well done. Shibuya, small trees don't run straight without support, people don't repair Genjojo. These scumbags have to beat and beat when they have nothing to do, so as not to take your words to heart. Qin Xiaolong didn't forget to use his deceitful words to secretly target the dog spy of number 76. Teach me. Thank you, Qin, for your guidance. I can't even stand up in front of you. While Sei firmly believed in what Qin Xiaolong said, she suddenly realized that she couldn't understand him anymore. Why is Qin becoming more and more intelligent as he changes? It seems that the previous days were all disguised. This city government, this scheming, this wrist, any single one of them is better than oneself by millions. I remember there is an old saying in the community that goes, when you are near Zhu, you will be red, when you are near ink, you will be black. I spend every day with Qin Mingyue, it's difficult to remain smart. Why not do it because it can not only accumulate social connections but also promote one's career and wealth. Stop it. Just as Sei was feeling complacent, Qin Xiaolong suddenly called for the car to stop. Upon hearing these words, Sei immediately parked the car in the middle of the road and turned to respectfully look at Qin Xiaolong. What about Qin? I don't have a headache anymore. Please take me back to the station to rest. Unexpectedly, as soon as Seiki turned the front of the car, a mechanical electronic sound came to mind. Ding! Alarm! Alarm! Danger is approaching. Host, please seek good luck and avoid danger as soon as possible. Qin Xiaolong decisively lifted the curtains of the sedan, and Yu Guang immediately scanned the members of the assassination squad riding several bicycles behind him. Secret passage. You're really haunted. Heaven has a way, you don't go, hell has no door, you break in. I'll let you go for a while, but you're just showing off. Chapter 4. Shocking number 76. It's too hidden. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Qin Xiaolong felt helpless about the members of the assassination group who had planned to assassinate him after escaping. My eyes rolled and continued to flicker with astringency. Sebastian, have you just learned how to drive? Why are you so slow like a snail? Seeing that he was once again questioned by Qin Xiaolong, Sei immediately occupied the high ground with a sense of victory or defeat and a desire for performance. Qin sure. You must sit well. The true autumn-famous mountain chariot god is here. As he spoke, Shibuya unleashed his full power and instantly disappeared at the intersection of Yuan Road and Jizafai Road. Left the members of the assassination squad and dozens of Japanese military police behind. Looking at the Buick sedan disappearing at the end of the road, and dozens of Japanese military police in front of me. The person in charge of the assassination mission, although reluctant, decisively ordered. Let's go. This place is not suitable for long. The action will be cancelled, and we will take the head of this sub-item again next time. Arrived at the entrance of 76, Jizafai Road. Qin Xiaolong cautiously looked towards the far end of the road from the rear mirror. It was discovered that apart from sporadic Japanese soldiers panting on both sides of the street, the members of the assassination squad did not keep up. "Bastard, open the door now." Sei is still shouting at the guards with a broken gong in her throat. Passing through the main gate and 2 archways, Sei drove directly to the flat villa at the end of the garden behind the tall villa. "Qin, this is our base." After Sei finished speaking, he quickly got off the car and enthusiastically opened the car door for Qin Xiaolong. Qin Xiaolong got off the car and found that there was no impression in his mind. "I guess I didn't inherit the memories from my predecessor, but fortunately I experienced an explosion and now I have an excuse for amnesia as a cover." "Sei, where is my room?" "Qin, please come this way." Sei's forehead broke out in cold sweat, and he quickly came to his senses, leading Qin Xiaolong directly to the door of his room. "Qin, this is your room. I live next door to you." Sei first pointed to his own room, then referred to a deer as a horse and recognized Qin Xiaolong's original room. "If you have anything to do, just call me out." "Thank you for your hard work, Shibi. You should go back and rest early too." Qin Xiaolong expressed satisfaction and patted Shibuya's shoulder as he walked into the best room in the station. "The first thing I did when I entered the house was to throw this devilish skin into the corner. Qin Xiaolong is planning to use him to raise spiders and weave sweaters when there are more spider webs." After Sei left the door, Qin Xiaolong took out the master key from the system backpack and prepared to verify the effect. In the time of a pot of tea, Qin Xiaolong opened all the locks in the room using the system reward master key. "I'll strangle it. This thing is good. With this key, no matter whose office you want to enter or whose safe you want to open, you can easily get it. Everything is easily resolved." Perhaps due to excessive brain use in the afternoon, Qin Xiaolong, who had just gained joy, suddenly felt drowsy. "After a while, I fell asleep on my desk." Qin Xiaolong, who had fallen asleep, didn't know that he had already pierced through this world. As the person in charge of peripheral surveillance returned to number 76, a heavyweight message spread rapidly. In the Japanese military police unit stationed at number 76, there is a prominent figure of the Japanese military lurking. This has sparked heated discussions among various departments, leading to astonishing conclusions. The entire 76th was shaken violently due to the outbreak of Qin Xiaolong. Director's office. This is the ghost caused by shadow left again. Deputy Director's office. Who was that person in the backyard sent by Ingzhua or Tu Feiyuan Kenji? The first point. In the future, if you see the one in the car with the cover all lit up, don't end up not knowing how you died. The second point. It is said that I kicked on an iron plate this afternoon, causing Seiki to lose face in front of him and causing Seiki to personally warn me with a gun. The third point. Sisters, please listen to me. Don't blame me for not reminding you that there is a big man coming out of our number 76 backyard today. Even the guy sexy is rushing to pick up his shoes. It is said that he is a handsome guy. Fourth. Fortunately, we only deal with foreign devils everywhere and don't have much interaction with Japanese people, otherwise we wouldn't be able to do this job. Confidential department. The Japanese don't trust the director at all, and they even sent a tough character to sit down, obviously responsible for surveillance. General Affairs Department. Listen to me now. Starting from today, Director Ding and Deputy Director Li will have some, and the one in the backyard not only cannot be missing, but also needs to be better. Telecommunications Department. A reward of 1,000 fiat coins is offered. If anyone in our department can curry favor with the one in the backyard, this 1,000 fiat coins will be his. Intelligence Department. I'm extremely scared after careful consideration, and I've hidden it too deeply. It seems that the weather will change on the 76th. We need to prepare in advance. Action Team. Just as we cleaned up the Central Statistics and Military Statistics Shanghai districts, the Japanese came to pick peaches. Sigh. Guard Corps. Little Japan really doesn't have a good thing to do. It's chilling to have these conspiracies and schemes. The interrogation room. This little Japanese guy is also a chicken thief. He's making small moves behind his back, it seems he's guarding us. Laboratory. We are in a miserable situation. Not only do we have nothing to gain, but we also can't please the Japanese. No way. We need to find a way to do it. Repair facility. Notify everyone to stop their work and work hard to build a golden gift gun. I want to represent our repair shop and give it to the person in the backyard. Detention center. I heard that various departments at the headquarters are trying their best to curry favor with the person in the backyard, and I don't know if our director has any ideas. Guest house, hurry up and vacate the suite where Mr. Wang has stayed. Arrange for cleaning every day and be ready to wait for the one in the backyard at any time. Police training class. Do you have any rumors about the rank of the person personally escorted by Seiki to the backyard? Can he be a colonel or general? Police dog training class. Can anyone tell me whether Japanese people eat dog meat or not? If I give dog meat to that person in the backyard, can I please him or not? Female spy training class. I have some insider information about the bailman. According to the cook present, Sei specifically mentioned General Tu Feiyuan when facing the backyard person. But guess what? The backyard person actually called General Tu Feiyuan by his name, and it is highly likely that his identity and status are even higher than General Tu Feiyuan. Dong dong dong, a knock on the door woke up Qin Zhaolong from his sleep. Qin Zhaolong instinctively clenched his palm and found that the master key was still in his palm. When the master key is about to be stored in the system backpack with your mind, jump directly onto the bed. The fake model rushed out of the door and shouted. Who? Come in. Qin, it's me. Sei cautiously pushed open the door and tiptoed in. You're not honest sleeping in your room, why are you here to bother me? Qin Zhaolong deliberately showed a hint of dissatisfaction. Startled, Shitzi repeatedly begged for mercy, like Qin, it's all that guy from Ingzwa who insisted on me inviting you. Shadow left. Who is Shadow left? Qin Zhaolong found that there were more and more people he didn't know. Sedenly wiping the beads of sweat flowing from the temples to the chin, she gasped for breath. Ingzwa, full name Ingzwa Zhenjiao, is the current senior officer and head of the Mei organization. Oh. Qin Zhaolong continued to ask, why did he invite me? Chapter 5. Shake the border region and mountain city. What's wrong with this guy? You are listening at novelfull.audio. Suddenly, I feel that after Qin's amnesia, his hair has noticeably dropped faster. Ingzwa was originally the assistant of General Tu Feiyuan. He was also the one who placed you in the 76th Military Police Detachment, commissioned by General Tu Feiyuan. Qin Zhaolong didn't expect to take such a big detour to accommodate his newcomer. Did Ingzwa say what time? At 7 o'clock in the evening, it's a family banquet. Sei accurately stated the time and location. Qin Zhaolong extended 2 fingers and shook them. Sei immediately understood and took out his cigarette, sandwiched it between Qin Zhaolong's hand, and lit it for him. So, you can come with me later. Sei is flattered and surprised. Are you going to have dinner with the Shadow Left mechanism leader soon? This shortcut effect came too quickly. It took him less than half a day to please Qin, and he took him to such an important banquet. Sei is very grateful for her choice, but what can she do if she is looked down upon by others? After climbing the peak, those guys who look down on themselves will surely turn around and please themselves one by one. Actually, I really want to think too much about the astringent person who loves brain tonics. Qin Zhaolong is simply lacking a driver and a jack of all trades. By the way, bring this guy along and ask him anything he doesn't know. Glancing at the military uniform in the corner, Sei suddenly remembered that there was a suit in her wardrobe. Qin, there is a suit I have specially prepared for you in the wardrobe. Qin Xiaolong's lips curved into a smile. Not to mention, it's quite nice to have a dog like Sebastian around. Have those few military intelligence officers who have just arrived in Shanghai been caught? Qin Xiaolong finally confirmed. Qin, those military intelligence officers are extremely cunning. The clues have been interrupted, and there is currently no definite whereabouts. Sei's admiration for Qin Xiaolong rose in her heart. Qin sure is really my role model, even when things are over, she still worries. Looking at Qin Xiaolong's torn socks, Sei's heart was filled with even more admiration. I didn't expect Qin to be so thrifty in low-key, coming from a big family but not even having a decent pair of leather shoes. Sexy eyes filled with tears and then offered their leather shoes and socks. Directly helping Qin Xiaolong switch guns from head to toe, he dressed up vividly as a young master in Shanghai. Let's go. When Qin Xiaolong walked out of the station and reappeared in front of everyone at number 76 with this new face, everyone was blinded and couldn't come back to their senses for a long time. The big shot in the backyard has appeared. Seeing Seiki following behind him, it was not difficult for everyone to guess. From then on, Qin Xiaolong was on the 76th, his face completely familiar, and everyone knew it. The news was quickly transmitted back to their respective organizations by various intelligence personnel lurking inside number 76. Directly shake the border area and Mountain City. The central and military statistics of the Red Party border region and Shanqing immediately ordered the investigation of Qin Xiaolong's background. The result, however, left the Red Party and the Shanqing side feeling bewildered and horrified. Surprisingly, no one found this person. There is no trace of Qin Xiaolong's military records or identity before coming to Longhu. In the collective file of the Japanese military police stationed in households, there is surprisingly no copy of him. It is said that there is no impermeable wall in the world. After colliding with the south wall, the border area and the mountain city immediately changed their perspectives and started with the explosion at Bailman. They really found some clues. A few bellmen chefs boasted after drinking and restored the situation with others. This has allowed some valuable fragments to spread to the public. You don't know, today I met a big shot from the Japanese army. It looks like he's only in his 20s, but he's older than a general. Maybe he's a prince, at worst he must be a prince. They always mention a general named Tu Feiyuan, guess what? The leader of the team has always been called General Tu Feiyuan, only the young man directly calls him the great name Tu Feiyuan Kenji. Don't believe it, that young man personally promised to promote General Tu Feiyuan to the captain of the military police. We, the kitchen staff, have all heard about it. Make the captain of the military police burst into tears of joy, and swear to protect the young people on behalf of General Tu Feiyuan. That's not all. If the young man asks him to roll, he'll roll. He keeps kowtowing and bowing before rolling. Ha ha ha. It's really refreshing. Oh, no, it really broadens my horizons. When these rumors spread through the streets, they spread back to the border areas and mountain cities. The border areas and mountain cities are shaking again. Directly raised the background tuning level. Surprisingly, they launched their respective intelligence teams stationed in Japan and conducted a special channel to backtrack Qin Xiaolong. Of course, these so-called back tones are all part of the story. Qin Xiaolong and Sei arrived at the entrance of number 76. Having just experienced an explosion, Sei is very concerned about the safety of Qin Xiaolong. This is a shortcut related to his promotion and wealth, and he cannot help but be careless. We must summon all the gendarmes of the team to accompany Qin Xiaolong to Yongla Fong on Beichuan Fu Road. Qin Xiaolong, who was tasked with destroying the king's system, relied on the system to provide early warning and did not intend to bring along the dozens of gendarmes behind Sei. Everyone has been working very hard today, Shiji. You should give everyone a break and balance work and rest. Qin Zhaolong paused for a moment and said, I think Ingzwa probably doesn't like you taking the whole team to his family banquet. If it were you, how would you feel? Sei is really an idiot. Standing in the same place and starting to think from a different perspective instantly feels impolite and too much of a fuss. If someone else were to visit their own home, it would not be pleasing. Thinking that it was likely to cause resentment from the head of the shadow left mechanism, Shibi nodded immediately. Qin, thank you. If it weren't for your timely reminder, I might have offended the head of the shadow left agency. Qin Zhaolong deliberately deceived. You are the person I brought with me, and I have to recommend you to Ingzwa. If you embarrass yourself tonight, not only will you lose face, but even my face won't look good. Sei was pleasantly surprised and instantly moved to a complete mess. Thinking that Qin Zhaolong regarded himself as his confidant, his admiration for Qin Zhaolong increased a bit. The long-awaited wish seems to have been fulfilled in an instant, no longer the appearance of being depressed all day long. The middle-aged man who has always had no way to serve the country seems to have turned over. My waist doesn't hurt anymore, I can't breathe anymore, and my legs don't cramp anymore. Even if Qin Zhaolong said now, let's be a death squad together, he wouldn't even blink an eye. A scholar dies for his confidant, and a woman looks pleasing to herself. Originally, Qin Zhaolong was seen as a stepping stone for the military headquarters and a shortcut for the rise of the military. Who would have thought that Qin Zhaolong was his own biological father? No, he treated himself better than his biological father. Looking at Sei, who had been fooled by himself and couldn't find the southeast, northwest, and northwest, Qin Zhaolong continued to strike while the iron was hot. This is already the second time I've said it. When I see you so capable but living in such a place, I sincerely feel sorry for you. Those guys from the staff headquarters must have taken a blind eye. How could a general like you be placed in the military police force? It's just a waste. Qin sure. I. Sei couldn't help but collapse and burst into tears in public. Qin Zhaolong directly pulled off the handkerchief from his shirt pocket and threw it onto Sebastian's face. Bastard! How can a man cry? Coward! Put away your weakness. Remember. You need to learn to be as strong as me. Soldiers. These are two words that cannot be profaned. Go. Bring that Buick sedan today, I really like it. Chapter 6. Thrilling shadow left. I can't afford to provoke this guy. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Sei is just lacking skin. When Qin Zhaolong scolded him, he was as happy as eating honey. He personally drove Qin Zhaolong to Beichuan Fu Road in Hongkou District, where Ingzwa's family was located, with great hospitality. Along the way, Qin Zhaolong was very discerning. He didn't ask him and remained silent, only busy with his assigned tasks. Before the car could stop, Qin Zhaolong saw a Japanese soldier wearing a kimono standing in front of the door. Stopping the car steadily, Seiki first got off the car and bowed to Ingzwa, showing respect. Then he quickly pulled open the car door for Qin Zhaolong, leaning forward slightly with an extremely serious expression. Ingzwa had already arrived at the car door. Welcome Qin, please. I also used the term "ya" to express my respect to Qin Zhaolong. Upon hearing the words added by Ingzwa after his surname, Qin Zhaolong speculated that Ingzwa either knew his identity or was as unclear as Sei, only knowing that he had a great background. Therefore, he showed extreme respect and even more respect. Ingzwa Jun, you don't need to be so polite. We are on equal terms. Thank you for inviting us today. Qin Zhaolong showed a very friendly demeanor, just like visiting friends, and did not treat her like a shy person. The reason for casually pinching Seiki is that Seiki is not even an officer, but just a lieutenant, spy, and chief chow. However, Ingzwa Zhenjiao was completely different, and on the way here, Qin Xiaolong had already learned about it from Sei's mouth. This guy is not just a simple character. He is not only the current head of Meiji Shutdown, but also the assistant of Kenjitsu Chihiro. Before coming to Shanghai, he served as the head of the Longhua section of the staff headquarters. The Mei organization is directly under the headquarters of the staff, and this guy has already been appointed as a colonel. Becoming a general is only a matter of time. Sei also revealed an important piece of information, that Yuan not only has outstanding abilities, but also has an old father who is a mediocre figure in the military. This is the biggest reason why Qin Xiaolong is willing to discuss friendship among his peers. After hearing Qin Xiaolong's address to him, Yuan's eyes showed a strange expression. I thought he would be a playboy, but he also showed arrogance. Who would have thought that Qin Xiaolong could be so approachable, just like a fellow villager or friend from the local area? My senses for Qin Xiaolong instantly increased, and I had a false sense of empathy. How similar their style of handling things is, they are not complacent about their background, and there is no hint of arrogance or arrogance. They are all so low-key and introverted, easy-going yet elegant. However, Yuan did not simply think that Qin Xiaolong was a person with shallow worldly experience, he would rather believe that it was a reaction from the city government that was quite profound. Because no Japanese, especially military personnel, are willing to speak the Chinese language of the Dragon Kingdom like Qin Xiaolong at all times. Not even oneself, this is not only a matter of perseverance, but also because the language of the Dragon Kingdom is extensive and profound, not easily understood by outsiders. But just now when I saw Qin Xiaolong, Yuan couldn't tell that he was his own compatriot. There is even an illusion. Underneath the skin of Qin Xiaolong lies a soul of the Dragon Kingdom. Such a difficult and incomprehensible Chinese language appears frequently from his mouth, and it is extremely standard. It must be that Qin Xiaolong has put in a lot of effort behind it. Having this forward-looking consciousness proves that he is not an ordinary person, let alone an ignorant and inexperienced playboy. Under the guidance of Yuan, Qin Xiaolong walked into Yuan's mansion with Sei. Speaking of a family banquet, it is more like a dinner specially prepared to receive Qin Xiaolong. The entire shadow-left mansion, apart from the plainclothes of the Mei organization, could not find a character who resembled a family member. It is impossible to see whether he is married or not, whether his parents, brothers and sisters are present, or whether there are servants. 3 people sit down. Yuan and Sakichi are both kneeling on tatami mats. Only Qin Xiaolong sat cross-legged. How could he kneel down for the little devils? The most nervous one is Sei. At the request of Qin Xiaolong, Yuan did not object to letting him join. Yuan was surprised by Qin Xiaolong's words and actions. How did he do it? Speaking fluent Chinese, one can still imitate the dragon people so much in every aspect of life. Yuan suddenly realized that teacher Tu Feiyuan had already noticed Qin Xiaolong's strengths in these areas and was convinced that he was a talent with great intelligence talent. Otherwise, why hand it over to oneself and remind him to start from the bottom? The more Yuan brain supplements, the more he feels that the fact is just as he guesses. It's really regrettable that the teacher couldn't be present today, he said casually. Who is your teacher? Qin Xiaolong glanced at him and retorted. Heart words. Do I know your teacher? Upon hearing this, Yuan was surprised for a moment before suddenly realizing it. Oh, I'm sorry, Lord Qin, I forgot that you have lost your memory now. My teacher is General Tu Feiyuan. Is your teacher the chubby and round scholar? Qin Xiaolong was somewhat surprised. No wonder in his past life, when it comes to Kenji Tu Feiyuan, he either praised him as the #1 disc of the 3 generations, or referred to him as the Lawrence of the East. Some people jokingly call him Bandit Yuan. This guy is simply despicable. His crimes are countless and he has even cultivated a group of 4th-generation spy leaders like Yuan. No wonder Tu Feiyuan entrusted himself to his care. Emotional Shadow Left is both an assistant and a student, making him a trusted confidant. Ingzhuo was completely shocked by Qin Xiaolong's Kuai Ren Kuai Yu. I have been following teacher Tu Feiyuan for many years, and no one dares to call him by his name. But, Qin Xiaolong doesn't seem like a fool. Is it really because of the disparity in status? You should know that your teacher is a mediocre soldier, just like your father. Can it be difficult? Is the person or family behind Qin Xiaolong, led by teacher Zheng? Qin Xiaolong simply asked a rhetorical question, which shocked Ingzhuo, who met for the first time. I even felt infinite pressure in my heart. No wonder my teacher repeatedly emphasized that if Qin Xiaolong had an accident, I would have to apologize on my own. If a teacher can't protect himself, then his father, who is also a medalist, won't he be even more unable to protect himself? How do you feel that this is a laborious and ungrateful task? If done well, there may not be much benefit, and if not done well, designated families will perish. This guy can't afford to provoke himself. Ingzhuo's heart is bitter. Ingzhuo's baby can't say it. Ingzhuo Jun, why are you looking so pale? Did you choke on alcohol? Qin Xiaolong saw Ying's left face turn pale and blue, and directly teased him. Yeah, I don't know why today's sake is so irritating. Ingzhuo took a step down and blurted over. In fact, the brain is spinning at high speed, thinking about how to minimize the risk coefficient. Finally, I realized that only by placing Qin Xiaolong by my side or under my nose can I feel more at ease. Immediately, he began laying the groundwork. Qin, I don't know how you've been doing on the 76th. If you're not happy, you can tell me that I can transfer you to the main mechanism as my assistant. This made the astringent person on the side envious. There are people in the court who are good at serving as officials. Even if they have grown old and come from a peasant family, they may not necessarily be promoted to a higher position. Ingzhuo's actions further highlighted the cruelty of reality and the importance of social status for Sakichi. I am grateful for my choice, but at the same time, I am more determined to follow Qin Xiaolong's belief. Qin Xiaolong, who was already weak in alcohol, drank a few glasses of sake and felt a bit ethereal. Go to your place. Qin Xiaolong's tone seemed to have no interest. I won't go. I won't go, he happily declined. There's nothing as comfortable as number 76. Shadows forcefully suppressed the displeasure and confusion in his heart. Guess. Is Qin Xiaolong secretly blaming himself for not providing him with a good position and putting pressure on himself? Or is there another purpose, dormant, waiting for an opportunity to be born? At this moment, Qin Xiaolong said a sentence that directly shocked Ingzhuo on the spot. The greater the power, the greater the responsibility. Chapter 7. Overcoming Promotion. Chief of May's office stationed at number 76. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Yoshi. What Qin Mingyue said is so philosophical. Isn't this just a portrayal of reality? Unable to sell the favor, Ingzhuo immediately turned his mind again. Not to mention, it really reminds him of something. Previously, the advisors of the Mei government stationed at number 76, including Seiki Kyoin Nakatsuk, Tsukamoto, and Nakajima Shinichi, were all transferred from the staff headquarters. Coincidentally, the position of consultant on the 76th is currently undecided. Since Qin Xiaolong doesn't want to leave number 76, it's better to let him be the consultant. Qin, I have a heartless request. May I serve as the advisor of our May organization stationed at number 76? I think your talent is enough to handle it, and I will have Seiki assist you with your work from the side. Upon hearing this, Qin Xiaolong snorted coldly. Are you joking? Do you understand what I'm saying? As the saying goes, the greater the power, the greater the responsibility. To put it bluntly, he just doesn't want to be the chief advisor of the 76th, and with the current influence, he still exists like an emperor in the 76th, and Seiki even treats him as his own father. In this way, the position promised by Ingzhuo is meaningless, equivalent to nothing being given. Why make him worry and take responsibility if he doesn't get any benefits? Isn't it fragrant to be a rookie with a background full of air? Being the chief advisor is like sitting on a volcano. This is not the life that Qin Xiaolong wants. This chief advisor is too conspicuous to be convenient for setting obstacles for the Japanese puppet regime, which goes against Qin Xiaolong's current plan. Ingzwa Jun, I think it's better to forget about it. No assistant or advisor is what I want. As the saying goes in the Dragon Kingdom, no official is light. There are no outsiders today, let me be honest with you. I don't even want to come to Dragon Kingdom. I just want to live a carefree life in my hometown, appreciate cherry blossoms, drink sake, and have fun. Watching Qin Xiaolong's melancholic expression, Ingzwa had the urge to strangle him. You just pretend to be with me. You have no idea. As a Japanese, you learn Dragon Country Chinese so authentically. Saying you have no idea, who believes it? Are you lying to ghosts? Damn it, isn't this damn guy interested in his current position? Qin Xiaolong, with his habitual thinking on the left, was on guard against himself and did not reveal his true intentions, which may even harbor malicious intentions. Shadow left weighed the pros and cons in his heart. Although he couldn't afford to provoke himself, he could still make some small moves in secret. Okay. You said you're willing to be a soldier, so let's make sure you're good enough. Ingzwa made up his mind not to give Qin Xiaolong any chance to perform meritorious deeds. As long as I stay in the May mechanism for a day, I won't let Qin Xiaolong break through the number 76 and make a name for himself. Ingzwa didn't know that this actually hit Qin Xiaolong's chest. What Qin Xiaolong needs most now is to create a harmless persona in the eyes of the world. Qin Xiaolong analyzed the current situation and found that the most convenient department to sabotage the Japanese puppet operation was precisely the headquarters of the Wang Puppet 76th Special Agent. The 76th is an important window for point-to-point communication, allowing access to Japanese intelligence agencies such as the May Agency, the Military Police Force, and the Special High School. In Qin Xiaolong's view, this can maximize benefits, create obstacles for the Japanese puppet regime through multiple channels, and crush the enemy's actions and plans. Of course, the system rewards and benefits will also be multiplied. Ingzwa is not a worm in Qin Xiaolong's stomach, and he can't guess his thoughts at all. The more it is like this, the more Shadow left feels that Qin Xiaolong's city is too deep. Deep enough that no joy, anger, sorrow or joy could be seen from his eyes. Treating Qin Xiaolong as a hypothetical enemy rear, Ingzwa no longer insists on giving Qin Xiaolong favors. Instead, I want to see how Qin Xiaolong trapped himself in a cocoon, and how Qin Xiaolong managed to win the battle in the end. Evil water surged out of Ingzwa's heart and he took the opportunity to say. It can be seen that Lord Qin is the kind of free-spirited person. Since you insist on staying on the 76th and living a comfortable life, then you can continue to stay on the 76th. I will give you enough freedom and not distribute any work to you. And with Sakiya by your side, I can rest assured. You can stay well on the 76th. Then I'll thank Ingzwa Jun first. Qin Xiaolong raised his glass to signal and took a sip. I thought I would see Qin Xiaolong disappointed and frustrated, but I found that this guy had no emotional fluctuations. I even vaguely feel that the other person has relaxed a bit, as if the pressure has decreased a lot. Shadow left became confused again for a moment. Did you blame Qin Mingyue wrongly? Is what he said true? Ingzwa has been engaged in intelligence work for a long time, and has unique experience in interrogation and observation. He could clearly feel that Qin Xiaolong's gratitude just now came from the bottom of his heart, even with a hint of joy. Qin, may I ask you a question? You ask. Qin Xiaolong looked calmly at Ingzwa. Why do you want to learn the Chinese language of Dragon Kingdom so well? After speaking, Ingzwa looked directly into Qin Xiaolong's eyes, trying to capture a trace of Qin Xiaolong's horse feet. Unexpectedly, Qin Xiaolong didn't even look at him and lay back on the tatami mat. What else can be the reason? It's all forced by my family. You say I'm Japanese, why do you want me to learn other countries' languages and cultures? I didn't know why until I left my hometown and stepped onto this land. Why do I have to bear so much? The honor and disgrace of the family and the welfare of the people have nothing to do with me. I've had enough already. I'm about to collapse, this is not the life I want. Ingswa Jun, if you really treat me as a friend and are willing to help me, just like you just said, you can let me stay comfortably on the 76th and be an idle person. In this way, my life can avoid those annoying people and burdens, and avoid the troubles in the mundane world. Sigh. Watching Qin Xiaolong complain as if he had drunk too much, Ingswa suddenly recalled many bad childhood memories. For a moment, I understood Qin Xiaolong's feelings at this moment and felt a sense of empathy for the same illness. In my heart, I thought to myself. Lord Qin, this is actually your most authentic side. Okay, I promise you. While helping Qin Xiaolong, Ingswa surprisingly felt a sense of redemption in his heart, and his pent-up emotions were released. He had a similar experience, but of course he couldn't see that what Qin Xiaolong said was all empty talk. Inertial thinking is that young people from prestigious families like them are all involuntary and have their own struggles. They must carry the fortune of a family, carry the mission of honoring their ancestors, and even more importantly, seek the welfare of all members of the clan. Upon hearing Ingswa's answer, Qin Xiaolong looked up at the rooftop chandelier and a proud smile suddenly appeared at the corner of his mouth. I didn't expect empathy to be so effective. I really want to thank that guy Seiki for telling me about Ingswa and Ingswa's father. Ingswa had already shed tears in his eyes, but Qin Xiaolong sat up again with a sharp thrust, cross-legged, as if nothing had happened. Qin Xiaolong's current thoughts are very simple. Since Ingswa no longer has his own ideas, there is no need for him to continue pretending. End of work. Leave some strength to go back and deal with those guys from number 76. Okay. That's interesting. Ingswa Jun, in the future where I can be useful, just speak up, Except for work. Ha ha ha. Qin Xiaolong's gasp made Ingswa burst into tears and burst into laughter. At this moment, the shy man on the side awkwardly grabbed Qin Xiaolong's clothes. Chapter 8. Unexpected Events. We accidentally messed with people. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Seeing the aggrieved expression on Sei's face at this moment, Qin Xiaolong didn't hold back either. Directly teased. I don't know your mind, I know. I know. Turning his head, he turned to Ingswa to beg for it. Ingswa Jun, I don't need any position or military rank. Can you help me lift Sei up? Shadow glanced left at the trembling and astringent tongue, feeling puzzled. Immediately speaking, he asked, Lord Qin, why is this? Is it difficult for you to gain any benefits from accepting this guy? Qin Xiaolong remained calm and composed, smiling. When it comes to benefits, I really took a lot from him. As soon as he said this, Shibuya froze like a dead chicken, sweating profusely through his back. I shouted in my heart, but today Qin said the wrong thing. He heard that Ingswa hates this kind of unethical behavior the most, and it's not kind of him to help. If it's not done well, not only will it fail to promote one's military rank, but it will also lead to demotion, causing oneself to bear the punishment. Ingswa had already begun to scrutinize this guy with a sharp gaze. Qin Shijun, don't be led astray by this fool. How could the soldiers of the empire be like Jiang Fang's slapping army? After finishing speaking, there was a sudden pause before speaking and cursing at Shirbei. You bastard, I trust you so much, and I have to hand over Lord Qin to you. Is that how you handle things for me? With the final questioning from Ingswa, Sei was so frightened that she quickly explained. Colonel Ingswa, listen to me. I really haven't given any benefits to Qin Shi, let alone money. I haven't even given anything. Hey, wait. Qin Zhaolong protested, "What do you mean by that?" Qin Zhaolong stood up directly on the tatami mat, grinning and looking down at Sei, who was kneeling beside Ingzwa. Sei was in a dilemma for a while, looking at Ingzwa and then at Qin Zhaolong. Finally, I could only sigh and say, "Report to Colonel Ingzwa, I did indeed give Qin the same benefits. It was my fault just now, I shouldn't have deceived you." Upon seeing the situation, Ingzwa kicked angrily and wanted to kick Sei to relieve his anger. Unexpectedly, Qin Zhaolong, who was standing beside him, threw Sei into the corner of the wall and kicked her into the air. "Ingzwa Jun, listen to me finish speaking, you have wronged a good person." After giving each other a glance, Sei and Ingzwa looked inexplicably at Qin Zhaolong, both waiting for his explanation. "I arrived at the Magic City for the first time, but I am not familiar with the place. Thanks to Seiki's constant care, can this be considered as a benefit to him? Since entering the 76th, I have never carried out any tasks or actions, nor participated in any duty or standing guard. Can this be considered as a benefit to him? From the first day I arrived at the demon capital from my homeland, Sei has been constantly worried about my safety. Does this count as taking advantage of him? There are still many things that I won't list one by one. I have received too much kindness and care from him, as well as too much help and benefits. I know that General Tu Feiyuan entrusted me to you. So, in this case, is Sei equivalent to changing direction to save you trouble?" The questioning of Qin Zhaolong on the left side of the shadow felt very awkward, as it turned out that he had really wrongly blamed this guy Sei. "Sei, you did a great job. You didn't disappoint me, and now I can truly trust you to hand over Qin Shijun. Is that all?" Qin Zhaolong thought to himself, "Are you fooling a 3-year-old child?" Opening his mouth, he said, "I remember there's an old saying in the Dragon Kingdom that goes, no credit, no hard work. I can't chill the hearts of the people below, let alone a good guy who works so seriously and responsibly. Do you think so? Ingzwa Juan, hee. This. Ingzwa actually has his own concerns. If Sezuo belongs to the Mei organization, then he is not arbitrarily promoted." But at this moment, Shirzwa saw Ingzwa's concerns. Getting up again, he rushed towards Qin Zhaolong and knelt down. "Qin, it's because I didn't consider it carefully. I think that's all for today's matter. I'm willing to give up." Ouch. Before Sei could finish speaking, he firmly got a kick from Qin Zhaolong. "What are you saying? I've never broken my promise before." Upon seeing this, Ingzwa smiled bitterly, realizing that Qin Zhaolong was still unaware of the mystery behind it. "Speak up and explain for oneself and Seiki. Qin Shijun, you have wrongly blamed Sei and me. In fact, we all have the same grievances." "Oh." Qin Zhaolong calmed down his emotions again, sat cross-legged, and put on a respectful posture. "In fact, it's like this. Seiki belongs to the Imperial Gendarmerie, not our Mei organization. If you want to promote Seiki, it's best to find the headquarters of the Gendarmerie and talk to that guy, Detective Saburo. I think based on your background and the prestige of teacher Tu Feiyuan, I dare not refuse to give you face. This matter should be guaranteed. Besides this reason, there are also some other reasons. The most crucial thing is that even if I cross the line to promote Sebastian, it's not impossible, but it's equivalent to harming him. Unless he doesn't want to make further progress in the military police in the future, he's not afraid that the entire military police will see him as a traitor." "I understand." Qin Zhaolong was somewhat disappointed. "I didn't expect the Japanese army to have such strict constraints and controls on this aspect. It seems that we can only find a time to meet with the guy who arrested Sanlang for a while. The matter has come to this point." Although Sei did not achieve his wish, he also saw Qin Zhaolong's attitude and sincerity. "I know I'm with the right person. Qin Zhaolong really regards him as his own person. But these are all his illusions, or these are what Qin Xiaolong wants him to see. He is actually a competent lackey in the eyes of Qin Xiaolongyan, who is both easy to control and obedient. Sei began to blame herself for being too impatient. Qin didn't know the taboos inside. How could a veteran of over 5 years, Yuzi, forget them all? Ingzwa couldn't make it, and his face was a bit uneasy, not knowing how to speak. Sei fell into a deep self-blame and kept thinking wildly. In the cold, none of the three spoke, and the atmosphere was extremely awkward. At this moment, a knock on the door broke the deadlock in the atmosphere. Dong dong dong, what's up? Shadow Left instantly lifted the head of the mechanism and asked in a deep voice outside the door. Just listening to the plainclothes report from the main mechanism outside, his voice trembled slightly. Report to the head of the agency, we accidentally killed the person. What? Ingzwa was shocked and lost his composure. Chapter 9. Proactively offering suggestions. I am an authentic Japanese. You are listening at novelfull.audio. A group of foodies. How can I lure the Red Party after killing someone? Upon hearing Ingzwa's thunderous roar towards the door, Qin Xiaolong's heart was mixed with joy and sorrow. I am glad that the opportunity to become stronger has arrived again, but I am worried that this time it may have been a leak from the Red Party's connections. It is even possible that there was an insider inside, who transmitted the intelligence to the hands of Meiji Gan Ingzwa. This led to the underground comrades of the Red Party being arrested and sacrificed before they could even connect. Since I called myself a collision, I can't ignore it. I must stir up trouble for Ingzwa's good deeds. Suddenly, a plan came to my mind. Ingzwa Jun, don't blame the people below anymore. They are all for work, and no one wants such a thing to happen. In my opinion, it's better to quickly find someone to impersonate and replace the deceased Red Party, so as to continue to complete the action plan of luring the Red Party. After speaking, Qin Xiaolong deliberately dodged and squeezed his head into his collar. His gaze drifted, he lowered his head and dared not look at Ingzwa, showing extreme nervousness. It's okay if Qin Xiaolong doesn't dodge, but this dodge actually reminds Ingzwa that he already has an excellent candidate in front of him. Cough cough, Ingzwa coughed twice, quickly organizing his words and preparing to persuade Qin Xiaolong to contribute to this operation. Qin Shijun, I will take action tomorrow morning. Where can I find such a person overnight that I can handle? Qin Xiaolong knew that Ingzwa was laying the groundwork and wanted to help him become a strong man. I have to go on this matter myself, but I can't make it too obvious. I have to ask Ingzwa to rush and beg our men. Qin Xiaolong pretended to be confused with a clear expression and said, isn't there hundreds or even thousands of dragon people on number 76? Ask Li Shichuan and Ding Matsuan to find candidates for you. Ingzwa sneered, those two dogs are probably already in Jinling by now. What? Ding Matsuan and Li Shichuan are not in Shanghai at the moment. This surprised Qin Xiaolong for a moment. It's not because of the failure of the encirclement and suppression of the military intelligence assassination brigade this time that we don't want to take responsibility, so we used it as an excuse to plan the return of the capital to Jinling and left the magic city overnight, setting with a left pout, then it depends on who is still there. Ask him to recommend a few more clever ones for you. You should be able to easily trap the Red Party. Qin Xiaolong never mentioned himself and has been recommending others. Ingzwa couldn't wait any longer, so he came straight to the point and pleaded. Qin Shijun, since you are here today, it's not possible. Come and help me with this favor. What's that? Qin Xiaolong pointed to his nose in shock and said, you want me to impersonate the deceased Red Party member? No way. No way. It's too dangerous, just one life. Don't joke with me like this. Ingzwa continued to advise without giving up, don't worry, Qin, I will definitely not let you suffer any harm. I will secretly protect you. Please, Lord Qin. Please. Ingzwa stood up and bowed deeply to Qin Zhaolong in order to ensure the smooth implementation of the action plan. No way. No way. I don't have any experience in this area, Ingzwa Jun, I am a genuine Japanese. Qin Zhaolong pretended to refuse and turned retreat into progress. Ingzwa is not unable to find Japanese people who can disguise themselves as Red Party members, but Japanese people like Qin Zhaolong, who are even more like dragon people than dragon people, can never be found again. There is also a reason why I do not intend to second the person on the 76th. The first is not being able to fully trust, as Ingzwa is concerned that intelligence may be leaked as a result. The second is the entire operation, without bringing the number 76 at all. This time, the intelligence was intercepted by the May agency themselves, and they had originally planned to operate alone. The third is the lack of recognition for the ability of the 76th, as in Shadow's left eye, he is a group of traitors to the military statistics and central statistics, extremely disdainful of them, and dislikes them. Qin Shi-jun, please think it over again. It would be best if you didn't use those guys on the 76th. I don't want them to get involved. Qin Zhaolong understood and joked with a smile. You don't trust those guys on number 76, do you? He. It's no wonder, number 76 was originally a combination of a group of thugs and traitors surrendering, all of whom were a mob. Not bad. The ingredients in number 76 are too complex, and I don't have a high opinion of them either. Seiki echoed on the side. Ingzwa Jian's direct persuasion was of no use, and he began to sell out miserably, exaggerating. Qin, if you don't help me, this operation will definitely be ruined. I will be held accountable from above, in that case. As a punishment, I am highly likely to be transferred from the May mechanism. I won't be able to take care of you, Lord Qin. Seeing the heat approaching, Ingzwa had already begun to turn towards blackmail. Qin Zhaolong put on a forced posture and nodded, saying, Ingzwa, you can't leave the May mechanism. Alright, I promise to help you with this, but you must ensure my safety. I didn't want you to leave, that's why I helped you. Qin Zhaolong deliberately added another sentence. I know, Lord Qin did this for me, he. Ingzwa saw that Qin Zhaolong had agreed and directly charged the plainclothes outside to give orders. Go and retrieve the intelligence and the materials you already have. Yes, a series of footsteps left. After a while, I came back to the door from far to near. I saw a small mustache in a suit and leather shoes pushing open the movable paper door jacket of the Harmony room from the outside. I placed a file and a folder on the tatami mat. Then, after bowing respectfully to Ingzwa, he slowly pushed up the door of the monk's coat. Qin Zhaolong didn't hear the footsteps and knew that Little Beard was still kneeling outside the door. Qin, first take a look at the intelligence and information we have, which will be helpful for you to disguise that Red Party member. It includes his identity and professional background. Ingzwa gestured for Qin Zhaolong to browse on his own first. Let me take a look. Qin Zhaolong is indeed very curious about the source of this intelligence and the whole story. He wants to dig out the insider within the Red Party from these intelligence sources and then find ways to notify the underground organization of the Red Party. Chapter 10. Stealing Bridges and Changing Pillars. Disguise yourself as a Red Party liaison. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Qin Zhaolong picked up the file and folder, carefully flipped through them. It does contain a lot of valuable information. There are 2 notes with the signature, Green Pheasant, clearly a code named after a bird. On the note, there was an extremely unsightly line of small characters written crookedly. One of them is Public Concession, Yuan Bookstore, Zhuang Lai, Green Pheasant. The remaining one is French Concession, West Axion Le Café, Table 7, Green Pheasant. It seems that this Japanese bird, Green Pheasant, is the mole lurking within the Red Party. And Zhuang Lai should be the underground comrade of the Red Party who has already sacrificed himself. After browsing through the remaining pages of paper, Qin Zhaolong discovered an issue. There are no annotations or prompts for the connection method and password for this time. Ingzhua Jun, are you playing with me? You wouldn't think that if you were a dragon man, the Red Party would believe you were their comrades, would you? Faced with Qin Zhaolong's questioning, Ying's left side turned red and awkwardly stuttered. There's nothing I can do about it either. It's all those foodies outside who don't know how serious they are and have killed people. But you can rest assured, my plan is that as soon as the target person who comes to meet up appears, our undercover agents around you will immediately capture them. Oh. Qin Zhaolong calculated, and there weren't too many flaws in this plan. As long as you walk into the coffee shop and sit directly at table 7 opposite you, you can almost confirm. Qin Zhaolong can be certain that before the other party discovers that he is a counterfeit, the Mei mechanism can capture him. Ingzhua is determined to win, and the pressure is on Qin Zhaolong's side. Qin Zhaolong pondered in his heart, what could he do to make the contact person know in advance that this was a Japanese conspiracy? Throughout the second half of the banquet, Qin Zhaolong's mind was filled with this question. After the dinner ended, Qin Zhaolong returned to the room prepared for him by Ingzhua and was still thinking of a foolproof solution. Ingzhua has already fully disclosed the plan, and the Mei mechanism will be fully deployed this time. Divide into 3 teams. A team entered the CAFA early and disguised themselves as customers distributed around Qin Zhaolong. The second team disguised themselves as vendors and directly guarded the front and back doors of the coffee shop to prevent unexpected situations and facilitate interception of the target person. The third team was directly dressed in plain clothes and distributed at the peripheral street corner centered around the coffee shop as a last resort to prevent the target person from breaking free from the scope of the second team. Lying in bed, Qin Zhaolong kept pondering under the nose of the Mei mechanism, what kind of small actions could he use to make the Red Party who came to contact him discover that he was a fake. At this moment, Qin Zhaolong suddenly caught sight of a Japanese wind chime hanging on the balcony outside the window. There is also a note below that can be written. Immediately, Qin Zhaolong took it off and found a pen on the desk inside the room. Shwa shwa shwa, write a line of characters on paper in regular script. Ding. Alarm. Alarm. Danger is approaching. Host, please seek good luck and avoid danger as soon as possible. Just as Qin Zhaolong put down his pen, an alarm suddenly sounded in his mind. Dong dong dong, immediately after, the door was knocked on. Qin Zhaolong instantly put the modified wind chime into the system backpack. Then he stood up and left the desk, walked to the door, rushed out and asked. Knocking on the door at such a late hour, calling someone to sleep. Go ahead, don't bother me. It's me, Ingzhua. I just came to ask if you need anything. Since Qin has already fallen asleep, I won't be able to disturb you. Upon hearing the voice of Ingzhua, Qin Zhaolong's lips showed a hint of disdain. If the system issues an alarm, it proves that Ingzhua came with ill intentions. Perhaps it was to see if he had jumped out of the window and escaped, to give him some trouble. Oh, it's Ingzhua Jun. I thought he was from below. If you had anything to say tomorrow morning, I have a bad tolerance for alcohol and my mind is buzzing now. I won't go out and chat with you anymore. It's okay, Qin Jun, you go back to sleep. You must rest up tonight and see what you're doing tomorrow morning. Before leaving, Ingzhua didn't forget to cheer Qin Zhaolong up and cheer himself up. After Ingzhua left, Qin Zhaolong thought of some ways before sleeping peacefully. The night passed in a blink of an eye. After Qin Zhaolong finished washing up in the restroom, as soon as he walked out of the room, he saw Sei waiting at the door. Qin, Colonel Ingzhua is waiting for you to have breakfast together. Qin Zhaolong looked at Sei's 2 giant panda eyes and comforted them with words. Sei, don't worry. After I finish helping Yingzhou with this matter and catch the Red Party, I will make a special trip to the headquarters of the military police. Don't worry, if I can't handle this matter, I might as well die. I'm even more ashamed of your trust and care for me. Sei, a rural farmer from Chaochang, has never been treated with sincerity. Most of them bully him because he has no background and looks down on his background. Qin Shi, you are the reincarnated parents of Shibi. I don't know who this guy learned from. Qin Xiaolong couldn't help but laugh. I don't have a son as old as you. Sei knelt directly in front of Qin Xiaolong, tears streaming down the face of the middle-aged Chao Chang with displeasure. Qin Xiaolong didn't give him a second glance, but in the moment he brushed past him, he patted his shoulder. From today on, you will be my Qin Mingyue's person. Upon hearing these words, Seychelles suddenly froze and remained stunned for a long time. It's like a fat pig lying on the ground being frozen by someone. When he realized it, he quickly changed direction and fell to the ground excitedly. Qin, my life is like yours from now on. Ha ha ha. Qin Xiaolong's eerie laughter came from the end of the corridor. Shibuya nodded heavily and leaned against the floor. Moved to the point of forgetting everything, how could I know that Qin Xiaolong would really use his life when needed?